Imagine achieving a psychedelic light state shift in consciousness without even touching a substance. A transformation from stress to scattered to calm and focused, from an acidic state to an alkaline state, from the beta brainwave to the alpha wave, simply through breath manipulation and mastering. I never took breath work too seriously until I discovered, of course, that contemporaries like Wim Hof promote it for inner state control. Nevertheless, practices like pranayama have existed for thousands of years. Tales of siddhis, which in Sanskrit vernacular translates to supernatural powers like intercostal muscle control, have been reported and demonstrated through devotion to pranayama. Breathwork has utility on many different levels, not just the esoteric. Scientifically and most valuable to yourselves, regular breathwork activates the parasympathetic nervous system, taking you out of that fight and flight response by creating that calm, by lowering heart rate, by reducing blood pressure and mitigating anxiety. And this is especially important when escaping the clutches of any form of addiction, as the former seem to be all encompassed in that mode. There exist multiple anecdotes from people who are addicted to porn, cigarettes, even meth, actually, who realize that on the other side of breathwork is an easier road to liberation. And I can report this not just to be theoretically correct, but viscerally true. Not the meth, but the mitigation of neurosis, anxiety, things like this. Since 2018, I have meditated fairly regularly, but only since incorporating breathwork have my practices achieved new depth in my meditation. My anxiety has reduced, I would approximate somewhere between 25 to 35%. And I feel like, and this is significant, I have more frame in the world. And I use the word frame to describe the feeling of control in my inner state, even when the 3D surroundings threaten depression, threaten anxiety. The other context, of course, in which you might have heard the term frame is referred in sexual dynamics, to need a partner less than she perhaps needs you, to desire to depend little or no validation from female attention. In short, to derive your sense of self-worth and value from the internal, total individual sovereignty. It is one of the most powerful states I have ever been present with. It is a real trip the first time you sit down and consciously work with the breath. And even more so when that feeling follows you for the rest of the day, like God or cosmic energy herself is whispering to you in the background. I recall the first time I actually experienced the true power of breathwork. I was sitting cross-legged on my living room floor, slightly skeptical and slightly impatient, I will be transparent. 23 minutes later, my entire body was tingling, my mind was crystal clear. I felt more alive than I had been in decades. Because like many others, I dismissed breathwork as a new age fluff, a mistake that unfortunately cost me years of growth. Now, specifically what I'm describing here is the shift from beta brainwave to alpha. And you need to consider 4 distinct beneficial processes. Now, the first, during specific breathwork techniques like the Wim Hof method, for example, or pranayama, controlled hyperventilation, which is on a surface level a word you could use to describe what we're doing, it temporarily increases your blood pH and your oxygen levels. Now, this biochemical shift triggers measurable changes in autonomic nervous system function, including reduced cortisol levels, improved heart rate variability, as demonstrated in several peer-reviewed researches. The second is the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is associated with relaxation and calmness. This state helps the brain transition from this stress-associated high-frequency beta to a more relaxed, slow-wave alpha. This is the cool, relaxed power you feel after that meditation sessions, which I would approximate are anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. You can get there sooner in breathwork. The rhythmic nature of breathwork can actually entrain brain electrical activities. Slow breathing patterns can lead to a synchrony of brain waves, shifting again from that beta to the alpha frequency. It's not too dissimilar to a transduction effect, like the kinetic winding on the wheels of your car can be used to power a battery. The rhythmic effect of breathing electrifies the human organism. And finally, for focused attention, the practice of conscious breath work requires attention, which helps reduce that scattered thought associated with the high frequency beta and promotes a more focused attention, characteristic of those alpha waves. However, when you first sit down and experience the breath, you will go through and be present with not just relaxation, but a state comparable to psychedelics, achieved through nothing more than breathing. That's it. I'm really not playing with you here, gentlemen. If you're ready to shift your consciousness from the alpha state and murder that beta, guided breathwork. In fact, a new guided breathwork is being uploaded every Monday, so you probably have just missed a new one that's been uploaded in my Patreon below. These are facts, no theories. Speak soon.